Wait, stop right here. Don't scroll away. This moment is not random. You didn't stumble on these words by accident. I brought you here on purpose, because there is something I need to say to you now, something that cannot wait any longer. My child, this message has been searching for you. You were never supposed to miss it, though many already have. They passed it by, distracted by noise and hurry, and now they carry regret for what they did not hear. But you still have time. Listen closely, because this is heaven reaching out to you one more time. This is not just a message. This is a rescue. I have watched you fight battles in silence, carrying pain no one else sees. I have seen the nights you could not sleep, the moments you whispered into the darkness for a sign, any sign that I was still near. And so I place this before you, right now, to tell you that I am near. I have been near all along. Do not take this lightly, my beloved. There are moments in life that hold the weight of eternity, and this is one of them. This is a divine interruption, a moment frozen in time. The world around you will keep spinning, but for you, everything has paused so you can hear my voice. I am speaking directly to your heart because I do not want you to miss what comes next. If you walk away now, you will miss the very thing your soul has been crying out for. But if you stay, if you open your heart, you will feel my presence fill the space around you. You will know that I, Jesus, am speaking to you not through thunder or fire, but through a whisper that reaches deep inside. So stay. Listen. Let my words settle over you. This is your moment, your sign, your call from heaven itself. My child, listen carefully, for what I speak now is not gentle suggestion, but truth that cannot be ignored. I have watched generations drift from the light I gave them. I have watched hearts grow cold, people chasing noise instead of peace, chasing comfort instead of truth. I have called again and again, and still so many turned away. They filled their hands with the world until there was no space left for me. And now I speak to you, the one who almost scrolled past what heaven wrote for you. You nearly missed the voice that has followed you since childhood, whispering in the quiet moments when you felt alone. You almost looked away just now, thinking this was another voice among thousands. But I stopped time for you to hear this. I interrupted your path because you are still redeemable, still reachable, still loved. Do you feel that pull inside your chest? The trembling awareness that something unseen is asking you to stop running? That is me. I am confronting you in love but with authority, because too many have ignored my calls until the door finally closed behind them. There are doors that I hold open for seasons. Doors of mercy, of restoration, of return. But those doors do not stay open forever. Not because I am cruel, but because the heart that keeps refusing eventually hardens. I have seen it happen again and again. Souls once bright, now dim, spirits once tender, now dull. They heard the same call you are hearing and said, "Later, not today." Later never came. Their ears closed, their hearts sealed, and what was meant to save them slipped away. You are standing at that same threshold now. The door is still open, but the hinges are groaning. You have felt the tug of conviction before and pushed it away. You have felt me draw near in moments of silence, and you changed the subject. You filled your days with noise so you wouldn't have to face the emptiness inside. I watched every time. I waited through every distraction. And still I kept sending reminder songs, words, faces, moments that made you stop and feel for just a second. Those were me calling. Those were heaven's fingerprints on your life. Do you not see how many times I intervened? The accident that almost happened but didn't. The breakdown that somehow turned into survival. The night you thought you could not go on, yet morning still came. I was there, pleading silently, "Come back before it's too late." You promised you would, but the days blurred, and promises faded. Still, my mercy held you. Still, I waited. But now the waiting nears its end. This message is not like the others you ignored. This one is written into time as a final invitation before certain doors close. Comment, "I worship you alone, Lord," if your heart belongs only to Him. You may feel a mix of fear and hope right now that is good. It means your heart is still alive. It means my spirit can still reach you. Many cannot feel anything anymore. They drowned out the whisper until all that remained was emptiness. But you can still hear me. You can still be changed. That is why this message found you when it did. Understand this, my beloved. Eternity is not a distant idea. It is one heartbeat away. Every day people pass from this world without warning. They thought they had more time. They thought they would choose me later. Some of them even heard this same call and dismissed it. Now it is too late for them. You are hearing it because it is not too late for you. But the window is narrow. I am confronting you not to condemn you but to wake you. You have drifted far, but drifting can end in a single decision. I know the voices that pull you, the need to fit in, the endless chase for approval, the craving for comfort that numbs you instead of healing you. I know the habits that hold you, the secret guilt that whispers you are too far gone. I know every failure, every excuse, every fear. And still I call you by name. You have treated my grace like background noise, always there, always available. But grace is not a toy, it is blood-bought and time-bound. My patience is vast but not endless because time itself is running out. The world around you darkens by the day, yet hearts grow dull instead of alert. The same signs that prophets longed to see are unfolding before your eyes, and still many do not believe. They scroll, they left, they mock, they sleep. I confront that spirit now and you wake up before you join them. This is not another inspirational word. This is a line in the sand. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot cling to me with one hand and hold on to your old life with the other. Choose now whom you will follow. The delay you justify as caution is disobedience wearing a polite face. I love you too much to lie to you. There will come a day when the door closes, and those who hesitated will pound and cry, "Lord, open to us." But the time for choosing will be gone. I do not want that to be your story. That is why I speak now, sharply but with love. You have one life, one soul, one chance to respond while breath still fills your lungs. Do not trade eternal peace for temporary comfort. Do not let this world's distractions drown out the sound of salvation. This is heaven's last effort to reach the hearts that were almost lost, and one of those hearts is yours. Look around you. The signs are everywhere. Love growing cold, truth twisted, hearts chasing pleasure yet starving inside. You see it, you feel it, and part of you knows the clock is winding down. I am not speaking to frighten you but to prepare you. The ones who respond now will walk in light while darkness deepens around them. The ones who refuse will drift further until they cannot hear me at all. You are still within reach. You still have time. Do not waste it. Every second after this moment is a mercy extended. Daggett, let this confrontation become your turning point, not your regret. I stand before you with arms open, but I will not force you. I knock, you must open. I call, you must answer. My beloved, come closer now. The voice that was thunder has become a whisper, not because I have grown distant, but because I am near enough to speak softly. You have heard the warnings, and now I want you to feel my heart. I have seen everything. I have seen your secret pain, the quiet tears you wiped away before anyone could notice. I have seen the moments when you sat in silence, staring into nothing, trying to understand why life felt so heavy. I have seen the times you laughed so others would not see the cracks beneath your smile. I was there in every single one of those moments, closer than your breath, watching you struggle to carry weights that were never meant for you. You think no one saw the night you broke down, when your heart could no longer hold the disappointment. But I was there beside you, my hands reaching toward you while you whispered, "I can't do this anymore." I felt every tremor in your voice. I saw the words you couldn't say. When you thought no one cared, when you believed you had become invisible, I was bending close, listening to every word you could not speak. Not one sigh escaped my notice, not one tear fell unseen. You may have been silent before the world, but your silence was loud in heaven. We humbly invite you to support our channel. Our goal is to bring light, peace, and devotion into your life. If you feel led to help, you may donate through Super Thanks. I have seen how betrayal carved deep scars into your heart. I saw the moment trust was broken, when someone you thought would stay forever walked away without looking back. I watched the way you tried to forgive, tried to understand, tried to keep your heart from hardening. You felt foolish for believing, ashamed for caring too much. But I tell you now, your love was never wasted. Even the pain it caused became the soil for something stronger. I've seen how you carry those wounds quietly, pretending they do not hurt anymore. Yet still they ache when the night is long. Let me touch those wounds. Let me heal what time alone could not. I have seen the exhaustion that lives behind your eyes. You wake up every day and keep moving, but inside you are tired beyond words. You have given so much, poured yourself out for others until there was nothing left for you. You have smiled through storms, carried responsibilities that no one thanked you for, and still felt guilty for not being enough. I see that weariness, my child. I see how heavy it feels to hold everything together. I never asked you to be your own savior. You were never meant to bear it all alone. Let go, even for a moment, and feel the strength of my arms beneath you. I have seen your family struggles, the misunderstandings, the distance, the words spoken in anger that cannot be taken back. You have prayed for peace, for unity, for hearts to soften. You have wondered if I heard those prayers because things seem unchanged. But I have been working behind the scenes, touching hearts slowly, gently, where you cannot see. The love you thought was lost is not gone forever. I am weeding redemption even through the brokenness. Keep trusting me. The story is not over yet. I have seen your battle with emptiness, the spiritual drought that made you question whether faith was still real. You sit in rooms filled with noise and feel alone. You go through the motions, but something inside feels missing. You have asked, Lord, where did you go? Why can't I feel you anymore? I never left. The silence you feel is not absence. It is an invitation. I am teaching you to hear me not in the storm, not in the fire, but in the still small voice that rests inside you. I am near. You will feel me again, stronger than before, because you will learn to recognize me even in quietness. I know how you compare yourself to others, how you look at their lives and wonder why yours feels so hard. I see the way you scroll through moments of other people's joy, wondering if you were forgotten. But you were never forgotten. I have written your name on my hands. I have set your life apart for something unique, something that cannot be measured by what you see around you. Every delay has purpose. Every hardship has shaped your strength. You will look back one day and see that nothing was wasted. I have seen your prayers, not just the ones spoken out loud, but the ones whispered through tears, the ones you didn't even have words for. You thought they went unanswered, but I was collecting them. Every cry became a seed planted in time, waiting for the right season to bloom. Some of those answers are already on their way to you. Others are being shaped even now. Do not give up praying. I have never stopped listening. And I have seen the moments you thought about giving up, not just on dreams, but on life itself. I felt the heaviness that made you think the world would be better without you. My heart broke with yours in that moment. You didn't know it, but I held you then. I surrounded you with unseen strength until the storm passed. You are still here because I refused to let go. You are still breathing because I still have purpose for you. My beloved, this message is not sent to condemn you. I am not here to remind you of your failures or your flaws. I am here to rescue you from despair, from guilt, from the weight of trying to do everything alone. I am not angry with you. I am reaching for you. I am offering rest for your soul, peace for your mind, and healing for your heart. You do not have to earn my love. You already have it. So breathe now. Let these words sink into you like rain after drought. You are seen. You are known. You are loved more deeply than you can understand. Nothing you have done can change that, and nothing that has happened to you can take it away. I am not finished with you. I am building something beautiful out of everything that tried to break you. Stay with me, my child. Keep listening. I will turn your mourning into dancing, your sorrow into strength. You are not alone. You never were. This message reached you because heaven has not given up on you, and I never will. My child, listen to me. My heart is heavy when I speak these words, because I have seen how many have missed the moments I sent to save them. I called out to them through laughter, when joy filled their days and they forgot where it came from. I whispered to them in pain, when their hearts were breaking, hoping they would lift their eyes toward me. I spoke in the quiet, through sunsets and starlight, through the kindness of a stranger, through the peace that brushed past their chaos. But they did not listen. They thought they would always have more time. They thought my voice could wait. I have watched generations pass, reaching for everything but me. I have stood at the door and knocked, but the sound of the world was louder. I called through music, through memory, through moments that made their hearts ache, but still they hurried on. I have seen people come so close to hearing, so close to turning back, yet one distraction pulled them away. I gave them gentle reminders, second chances, 1,000 small signs, but they wanted proof, not presence. Now their hearts are hard, their ears are dull, and my words echo into silence. This message you are hearing now, this very one, is arriving too late for some. Their time to respond has passed. The voice they once heard has faded into memory. Their stories could have been different, but they turned away one time too many. My tears fall for them because I never wanted them lost. I never desired their distance. I called again and again, not in anger but in mercy. Yet mercy unreceived eventually slips away. Do you understand why I am speaking to you now with such urgency? Because you still have a chance. You are still breathing in a moment that could have been closed. Do not think that my patience means I do not care about time. I care deeply. I count each moment you have, and I fill them with opportunities for you to find me. But moments do not last forever. Doors close, seasons shift, hearts change. What feels endless is not endless. I have watched so many wait until the fire of conviction cooled, until the voice of conscience grew quiet, until the heart stopped responding. They believed they would turn back later, when life was easier, when pain was less, when there was more time. Later never came. Type Jesus, hold me close if you need his comfort today. Don't let it be too late for you. Don't wait for a perfect moment, because it will never come. The perfect moment is now, the moment when your heart is open, when you can still feel, when you can still choose. Every time you push away that stirring inside you, it becomes quieter. Every time you silence my whisper, it becomes easier not to hear. I do not want that for you. I want your heart alive, wake, burning again with the light that I placed in you long ago. You remember the times you almost reached for me, when life hurt and you wanted to pray but didn't know how, when something inside said, stop, listen, but you brushed it away. Those were missed moments. They were pieces of grace placed carefully along your path. I sent people to speak kindness, to remind you of hope. I sent songs that made your heart ache for something more. I sent quiet mornings when peace was near enough to touch, but you hurried on. Yet still I did not stop. I kept calling, even through your silence. I have seen the countless times you told yourself, I will change later. I will draw closer someday. But later turned into weeks, weeks into years, and someday never arrived. You did not mean to drift. You simply forgot to anchor your heart. The current of life carried you away, little by little, until you looked around and realized how far you had gone. I was still there, calling softly, waiting for you to turn. You heard me sometimes, faintly, like a memory from long ago. You said, one day I will listen fully. My child, the day is today. Do not let it be too late for you. You have not missed every chance, or you would not be hearing this. You still have breath, and breath means mercy. This message is heaven's way of saying there is still time, though not much. You stand between what was lost and what can still be found. You stand where the line divides those who responded and those who turned away. I am calling you to step across that line before it disappears. I am calling you to make this the moment you choose life, light, love. I grieve for those who waited too long. They had my voice, my presence, my word, but they treated it like background noise. They called my warnings fear, my mercy weakness, my silence absence. They reached for every promise except the one that mattered most. They thought they could find peace without me, but peace does not live apart from me. They thought time was their ally, but time became their thief. I tell you this not to shame you, but to warn you. Your story does not have to be yours. Even now, I am reaching for you through these words. Even now, my spirit surrounds you, pressing against your heart, urging you to stop running. You can feel it, a pull inside that says, this is for me. It is. You can still respond. You can still return. You can still be restored. I have not given up on you, and I never will, but I cannot choose for you. I will not force the door. You must open it. Don't let it be too late for you. Don't let the noise drown this out. Don't let fear or pride make you delay again. Everything you searched for, peace, meaning, forgiveness, has been waiting in my hands all along. I do not want to lose you to the silence that has claimed so many. I want you awake, alive, whole. I want you home. So hear me now. The moments you have missed are gone, but this moment is here. It is holy. It is yours. Take it. Let it be the one you do not miss. Let it be the one that changes everything. I am here, my child. I have always been here. Don't let it be too late for you. My beloved child, if only you could see what is happening around you in this very moment, your heart would tremble with both awe and urgency. You think you are sitting in silence, reading words on a screen, but there is far more taking place than what your eyes can perceive. All around you, the unseen world is alive with movement. Heaven's armies and the forces of darkness are contending for your heart. Every word you hear, every thought that rises, every distraction that pulls at your attention is part of this battle. This is not imagination, it is the deepest reality of your life. I have watched you live between two worlds without realizing it. You wake, you work, you scroll, you sleep, and you think the space between those moments is empty. It is not empty. Angels stand guard near you, whispering peace, guarding your steps, while demons prowl close, whispering doubt, stirring confusion, trying to dull your spirit. You are not invisible to them, my child. You are precious, and that is why they fight so fiercely to keep you blind. The enemy's greatest weapon is not always destruction, it is distraction. He will not always come roaring. Sometimes he comes softly, wrapped in entertainment, in endless scrolling, in the constant flood of noise that fills your mind. He knows that if he can keep you, that he can keep you empty. He knows that if he can keep you numb, he can keep you asleep. That is why I say to you now, wake up. Don't miss this battle by pretending it isn't happening. Every time you reach for your phone to escape the silence, there is a whisper in the unseen urging you to listen instead, to pause, to breathe, to remember me. Every time you drown your pain in distractions, darkness rejoices because you have stepped away from the place where I could heal you. I do not condemn you for this, I understand why you run. But running keeps you in circles while the battle rages on, and I want you free. You feel the tension sometimes without knowing what it is, the sudden heaviness that has no reason, the wave of sadness that comes out of nowhere, the restlessness that steals your peace. These are not always random emotions. Often, they are the echo of the war around you, the clash of light and darkness fighting for space within your heart. You sense it in your dreams, in the weight of your thoughts, in the fatigue that no rest seems to cure. The enemy does not rest, but neither do I. My angels fight for you even as you read this, pushing back the shadows that have tried to suffocate your hope. I have seen how often the world pulls you away from what truly matters. The race for success, the need to be seen, the constant chase for approval, these are nets disguised as goals. The enemy weaves them carefully, knowing that the more you chase, the less you notice what you have lost. You think you are moving forward, but in truth you are standing still, trapped in patterns that drain your soul. And I stand beside you, whispering, look up. This is not life. This is a cage. You see how cleverly he works. He offers you temporary comfort while stealing eternal peace. He gives you moments of laughter that leave your spirit emptier afterward. He promises freedom while tightening invisible chains. He wraps deception in beauty, false peace in pleasure, and blindness in busyness. Many are asleep, their eyes open, but their souls closed, walking through life unaware that they are drifting farther from me with every step. My heart breaks for them. They are not wicked. They are weary. They do not hate me. They simply cannot hear me anymore. I warn you because I love you. I speak with urgency because time is short. There is a great deception spreading through the world, one that tells people they can have light without truth, joy without surrender, peace without me. It tells them all roads lead to the same end, that holiness is old and obedience unnecessary. But this is a lie wrapped in comfort. It numbs the conscience until hearts grow cold. I see how easily even my children are lulled into false peace, believing they are safe while their faith fades quietly away. My child, I do not want that for you. I want you awake, alert, and full of light. I want your spirit sharp enough to recognize when darkness wears a smile. I want your heart brave enough to say no when the crowd says yes. I want your ears tuned to my whisper even in the noise. Do not think the enemy will stop tempting you simply because you love me. In fact, he attacks harder those who are called for more. But you do not fight alone. You never have. Even now, angels surround you. They are not distant myths, they are warriors, sent to guard, to guide, to fight for what you cannot see. They move through the shadows, shielding you from dangers you never knew approached. When you drive and narrowly escape harm, when you fall yet rise again, when you should have broken but somehow endured, these are their victories, and they fight under my command. Yet the greatest weapon you have is not theirs. It is your choice. You decide which voice you will feed. Every moment you choose stillness over noise, prayer over panic, forgiveness over bitterness. You strengthen the side of light within you. Every time you surrender your fear to me instead of letting it rule you, the darkness loses ground. The battle may feel invisible, but its results are written in your peace, in your clarity, in your ability to love when hate would be easier. The world will tell you that faith is weakness, that belief is outdated, that surrender is foolish. But I tell you, faith is the armor that keeps your heart from breaking under lies. Faith is the fire that blinds the enemy's arrows. Faith is what lets you stand when everything else falls. I am calling you to awaken that faith again, to pick up the sword of truth you laid down when the world laughed at you. You are stronger than you think, not because of your own strength, but because my spirit lives in you. Do not be deceived by false peace, the kind that comes from comfort while your spirit starves. Real peace does not numb, it frees. Real peace does not hide, it heals. The peace I give can exist even in storms, because it is rooted in me. The world's peace ends when trouble begins, but mine deepens. I am offering that to you now, in the middle of this unseen war. You may wonder why I speak so much about what you cannot see. It is because what you cannot see shapes everything you can. The choices you make here echo in eternity. The thoughts you allow to grow become the walls or the windows of your soul. The voices you listen to determine the direction of your life. You are not powerless in this war, but you must be awake to fight. So hear me. Don't miss this battle by pretending it isn't happening. Don't let the noise of this world lull you into sleep. Do not trade your eternity for moments that fade. Lift your eyes, my beloved. Feel the stir of my presence around you. The light is greater than the darkness. The war may rage, but victory is already written. Stand with me, and no shadow will overcome you. My child, there are stories about your life that you do not know, moments you call coincidence that were really mercy in disguise. At time the car skidded and stopped inches from the edge, I was there. The timing that made someone call just when you were about to give up. That was not luck, it was my hand moving quietly through time. The night you fell to the floor and said, "I can't go on," and somehow strength came from nowhere. That was me breathing life into your lungs again. You thought it was chance, that you just managed to hold on, but it was I who held you. That moment you should have died, I was there. The heartbreak that didn't destroy you, I carried you through it. The words that would have broken you completely were stopped before they reached your ears. The person who suddenly changed their mind, the accident that didn't happen, the storm that passed a few streets away, none of these were random. I stepped in, unseen, over and over, because you are precious to me. You did not notice because you were busy surviving, but I noticed every detail. You are alive because I refused to let death write the last line of your story. I remember the day you almost turned away from everything good. The disappointment had grown so deep that you didn't want to hope again. You were ready to bury your dreams and live half alive. I whispered then, not in thunder, not in bright light, but through a feeling you couldn't name, the sudden calm that stopped you from giving up completely. That was me. I was fighting for you when you had no fight left. There were nights when you cried until your body shook, when loneliness pressed on your chest like a weight. I sat beside you through every minute of it. You did not see me, but I wrapped you in silence because words would have been too loud. When you finally slept, exhausted from weeping, I guarded your rest. Angels stood watch so that no shadow could come near. The next morning, when you opened your eyes and felt the faintest spark of courage to try again, that spark was my gift. When others walked away, I stayed. When you were lied to, I kept truth alive in you so bitterness would not take root. When your heart hardened, I softened it again with unexpected kindnesses, a child's laughter, sunlight through a window, music that made you feel alive for a moment. Those were my reminders that life was still sacred, that you still belonged. I have followed you through every valley, not to punish you, but to protect the part of you that still believes. There were choices you made that should have ended badly. You stepped where danger waited, and I redirected the path without your knowing. You trusted people who did not deserve it, and I turned their intentions aside before they could harm you. You think your story is full of failure, but if you saw what could have happened without my intervention, you would see nothing but grace. Say, Father, renew my spirit if you long for a fresh touch from heaven, and share this video